Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with a timeless reading. Timeless meaning no matter when you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers, subscribers, and the channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, I'm actually going to ask you to think about a decision that you have been wanting or needing to make. Something that has been maybe kind of pulling at you, or maybe you have been kind of putting off, right? Something that could be a big decision, it could be a little decision, it could feel like it's a difficult decision, it could be one that you're like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, I'll just make the whatever decision comes up at the time, that kind of thing. Go ahead and think of that, and we're going to go ahead and this is kind of the decision maker, and we're going to go ahead and swirl this around here. See if we can get it so that you can see that here and see what the potential answer may be. All right, so if you're like, oh, is it this one or is it that one? Whichever one you feel strongest toward, it is a yes, okay? So it did land on the yes, which is the pink one here. So, or if you're like a yes or no kind of thing, the answer is yes, okay? Hopefully that helps some of you. It's just a little fun little thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get a few cards and see what else might need to come through. Okay, that is too many, so we're not going to do quite that many, just a few here. It seems like there is a lot of information that needs to come through for you here, Aquarius. Okay, this grief card, this is like one of my favorite cards ever. It is grief, but dang, look at the imagery on it. It's gorgeous. All right, let's see what else. These two want to come out here. And let's get a few of these. Okay, so if your question had to do around something working out, will this work out? Is this a good decision? The answer is yes. Okay. Interesting. I am really actually loving this. Yeah. Okay. You got 2 and 2 here as far as the cards go. And you've got 4. 2 and 2 equals 4. This one's 31, which equals 4 as well. So you've got 2, 2, and 4, 4. Once you reduce this one down, and then you have a 5 coming in here, okay? So you're starting this out with grief. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. So some of you have been having a big release come through, having those tears flowing, letting go of that grief, letting yourself feel it and letting it go. If you didn't watch the live reading that I did, I'll link it at the end here, kind of talking about like the super full moon in Aquarius energy that happened on August 1st, right? That came through on August 1st, but is still kind of coming through. Now, this is a timeless reading, but if you didn't watch that, go ahead and watch that, and I'll link it at the end. There's a lot of times where, just out of nowhere, or potentially with the energy, the energy in the planets, or the energy in the air, or the energy around us, or kind of things going on, whatever it may be, where the energy is just can't be ignored anymore. It has to come out. And even in those moments where you're like, no, still trying to push it away, shove it down, it still comes. It's still and that is happening for you here, Aquarius, so that those tears can melt the ice, or are an indicator, right, of that ice that's potentially for some of you been wrapped around your heart, so that can begin to melt. Again, this says tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. So some of you are kind of going through this thawing out process, or this thawing out period where, maybe you shied away from love, or maybe you've shied away from taking risks, or maybe you shied away from, moving forward as far as career goes or money goes, right? Maybe there have been something that happened in the past. Maybe you don't even extend a hand to meet new people or make new friends, right? Something in the past may have just been holding you back, or potentially there's a relationship that you still feel connected to, or kind of in bond in one way or another with another person that has moved on or is doing something else. There is this energy that is really coming through whenever you come across this message, Aquarius, and it resonates with you. This is for you, okay? That there is going to be kind of this thawing out. It is ready to come through. This energy of really, really letting those tears flow, letting the energy come through, come up, being seen, being heard, so it can be released and transmuted. This energy, Aquarius, is it all happens for you and for a reason, okay? It's happening for you. Just remember that, not to you. And it's bringing about this energy of divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the tail and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundant, not chase it. You see, coming through here as well. For some of you, this divine abundance has been working to come in. But some of you have been chasing instead of allowing. This is coming through with that grief as well. When we hold on to things, or when we chase things that are no longer for us, whether it is money, whether it is a job, whether it is a friendship, a relationship, a love interest, or a person that we still feel connected or bonded to, when we chase that, it tends to be repelled, okay, no matter what it is. But you're moving into this energy of that thaw out and that divine abundance that is ready to come and ready to flow, okay? Now you do have the 4 here, this higher power. You see, there's this understanding, this knowing, this breakthrough, this aha, Aquarius, that is going to be shining right on into your life, into your knowing, into your awareness. It's almost as if it's being downloaded. Potentially some of you listen to subliminals. For some reason that is coming through. If you don't, and you feel like maybe you've been struggling to let go of something, or you've been holding on to something, or you're not able to maybe grieve something to that effect, if that is you, or anything else here, Aquarius. It may be, if you don't listen to subliminals, it may be time to look up and only use potentially ones that maybe somebody else has used, or ones that you trust, and or ones where you may be able to, especially when you're starting out, hear kind of the words that are being said or used, right? Probably the majority of them are on the up and up, and really looking to create a beautiful balance in your life, really looking to create some stability, some energy of love, and right, for some forgiveness, and or releasing that grief, and or however it may come through for you. But for some of you, it may be something to look into. But always know that there is a higher power that is at work. Again, that energy coming through, Aquarius, that it's happening for you. It all happens for you, not to you. And even when we don't understand how that works, that higher power is there, right? That inner knowing, those downloads, those breakthroughs, they are always coming through when we allow them to come through. Sometimes instead of looking at the grief, or kind of that energy of something not being there, or needing to chase or hold on to, looking at the opposite and being thankful for that lesson, thankful for that person, thankful for that experience, is where we can put our energy, and it does benefit us a lot more. Okay, now you have this energy of why coming through as well. For some of you, this is an age-old question that is being asked, and you're asking in almost this kind of lack-based way, which is interesting because it goes right back to that grief, right? Some of you are still in that space, in that place of wondering why this happened to me, instead of, again, that energy of it happening for you. Why did this happen? Where did this come from? Why, did this person do this? Why did this experience happen? Why did this situation show up? It was almost as if in a split second, something changed for you, Aquarius, and you just can't get it out of your head, out of your mind, asking why that happened the way that it did, why it came through the way that it did, why that person showed up the way that they did, why that person left the way that they did, whatever it may be for you, Aquarius. And it's okay to ask why, but also how can you redirect that energy is the next question, right? How can you allow for those tears to begin to flow, if that is what you need, or if you need to go out somewhere and where nobody else is around and scream or throw rocks or kick rocks or whatever it is, right? As you're asking why, to let the energy come up and out, and or to let those downloads, that higher power energy come through, and that reminder that it's not happening to you, it is happening for you. Why is this happening for you? What is the lesson that you can learn, the experience that you can gain from this? What is it that you can take from this to move forward, right? Challenges show up, Aquarius, in the most beautiful ways, even though we don't always see it. And sometimes we ask why they show up or what is happening, right? But in your case here with these two cards, Aquarius, there's that energy of 4 and 31. 3 plus 1 is 4, of this coming through, this higher power, these challenges or whatever it is you may be questioning, coming through with this energy of creating kind of security and stability with those double fours. Now, you also did get a yes over here, okay? So whatever this question is, there's a potential, right? Why did this happen? Is it because I can learn something? The answer is yes, right? Why did they show up this way, or why did they leave? Is it because a higher power knows what's better for me? The answer is yes, right? So whatever that question was, Aquarius, the answer was yes. Now you also have the high priest coming in here, okay? And that high priest energy is interesting because this generally would come through as the Hierophant, number 5, okay? But in this, it's the high priest, which is interesting because you have the emperor and the empress, right? They're kind of coupled. You have the king and queen of swords and cups and wands and pentacles, right? But the high priestess generally is all by herself, and then you have the Hierophant. But in this, you have the high priest, who is the coupling of the high priestess, which is super interesting. I do love the decks that come through this way because it does offer a little bit of a different experience, okay? So this energy is coming through with this high priest, with this understanding or this almost answer of sorts for you as far as that why. And remember, we started this with a question, right? Something, a decision potentially that needs to be made, but this is coming through with an answer that this is all happening to assist you in developing more spiritually and emotionally. Sometimes we can get into places where we hold on to the emotions, or we create meaning or attachment, emotional attachments to people, places, situations, things, right? And this is coming through to create that energy of developing, of understanding, of seeing, right? Maybe where you're attaching emotionally, or where you're creating meaning around things that maybe isn't benefiting you. So that is where this high priest is coming through for you within this specific reading, Aquarius. Now, so you have the double fours, you have a 5, and now you have the double 2s. You have the 2 of wands and the 2 of pentacles coming through here. Isn't that interesting? The double twos, almost like the 22, if you know about on this channel, the 22. But some of you are with the Two of Wands being asked to make plans. Okay, it's time to make plans on letting go of moving out of understanding, of seeing, of, right, planning towards having that joyful expectation towards the beauty, towards relief, towards abundance, towards the energy of releasing, right? That planning towards all of that instead of the opposite. Okay. Also, the Two of Pentacles is here with this energy of really being mindful of your decisions, being mindful of creating an energy of balance, not going to one side or the other too deeply, is the word coming through here, right? Be mindful of the decisions that you're making, be mindful of the choices that you're making, be mindful of how you may or may not be balancing out the energy within your life with the twos, right? Twos are all about making kind of choices or having decisions, right? Making decisions or having choices, excuse me, and that balance, okay? And you've got two of these coming through. That Two of Wands energy, though, is also this energy of, for some of you, being on the move. Some of you are really, really moving out of kind of this energy of grief and this energy of chasing things, people, situations, money, right? Not chasing anymore, allowing it to come to you, allowing it to flow in, moving out of that energy of questioning the why, knowing that it's all happening for you, that higher power, divine spirit is always working in the background for your highest benefit. Even in those times of challenge, those challenges come through, Aquarius, because dang, wouldn't life be boring if we just got everything and everything worked out perfectly and everything was always super, super good and super, super simple? Wouldn't that be boring? Wouldn't we all be super similar? Wouldn't that be like this energy of like kind of almost being robotic? It would be too easy. We need those challenges, right? Higher power is working behind the scenes in your favor all of the time, Aquarius. So potentially, instead of asking why it's happening or why they left or why the money went away or you know, why you made a certain decision or choice or whatever it may be, you could start looking at how it benefits you or how you can grow from it or how you can maybe look towards a solution, right? There's so many different things. How you can allow that grief to move through you, how you can move into that energy of divine abundance. Isn't it interesting that you have divine abundance and higher power here together, right? The fours, stability, security, creating that, the twos, the challenge, the decisions, the choices, the balancing things out, right? You have a yes here. There's so much beautiful energy around you here, Aquarius. And for some of you, it's just this energy of letting the ice melt, right? Letting the tears flow, letting the ice melt, looking towards that higher power, no longer chasing things, just redirecting questions of why to how, right? Knowing that whatever the decision was, you do have a yes, okay? You do have a yes, but higher power is always working with you and for you. You've got the twos, you've got the fours, you've got all of this beautiful energy around you. You've got that high priest energy coming in here with that energy of you know, this coming through for you in a way to develop yourself, not only emotionally, but also spiritually, okay? So there's so much working in your favor, Aquarius. What beautiful, beautiful energy coming through for you. And, you know, a beautiful message as well. It's just gorgeous, all right? I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. There are 2 more videos that you can check out on the channel that'll be showing up or being linked up on one side or the other here. Go ahead and hit one of those and see what that message is for you as well, Aquarius, because there is a lot that Spirit loves to kind of come through with, the messages, kind of chat with you. And there's a whole lot on the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, again, please do hit that subscribe button, right? There's about 70% of the viewers of the channel that are returning that have not subscribed yet. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Anyway, as always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, lots and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.